Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome to Yugo Puzzle. This is a game that I don't know very much about, but it looked interesting from what little I'd seen, and I believe it's by a developer that I played an interesting game from a number of years ago. It's supposedly like a simple but difficult game. So let's go ahead and just jump right into the first level. I played a tiny bit of this just to get a sense, and I was not able to solve the first puzzle in just the first few minutes that I tried it out. Here are the rules. There are jelly blocks in 3 different colors. Drag them with the mouse to make them jump left or right. When 2 jellies of the same color touch each other, they combine into one. The goal is to combine all the jellies of the same color. You can restart by clicking on the restart icon. That's all. Give it a try. This game is much harder than it looks. Indeed. So, you can drag jellies around like this. They can't hop over each other, but apparently they can push each other around. And the goal is to do that with like all 3 colors. And clearly it's impossible because already like I can't get the yellow across there. So I think this is already a loss. Is there any way? What happens if this guy is standing and then this guy tries to move? The guy on top does not move with him. Okay. So, I think from puzzle number 1, we'll already have to like discover a ton of the mechanics. So one thing I realized is I could get red together over here like this, and now that creates kind of a floor for these guys to walk around. But I don't see a way to get the yellows together, because once this guy joins the blues together, then neither of them are able to like hop up. They can only move left or right. And so it seems like that doesn't work. Is this little left arrow, is that a, yeah, just back one kind of thing? So, how can I ever get, since the yellows, so far as I know, don't have a way to ascend. Like, it almost implies, like, this won't work, but that I want to do something like this in order to get the yellows together. But obviously then the blues can't ascend to ever get out. So that's not going to work. So yeah, I'm already trying to come up with, like, rules that I can use. So one thing I noticed is I could get, like, the red on the outside of the yellow since he starts higher up, and so this one's starting up on a ledge. Seems like it's going to be important. And in terms of final resting positions for red, it could either be here, or I guess if this guy moved over, it could also be up here. But yeah, how could these yellows ever get together without blues having already created an impenetrable wall in between them? And that is what I can't figure out. Is there any way to get the red, like, out? So, like, after I've gotten 2 things together, can I move them? I can still move them. Okay, so that might be interesting. So maybe I could move a horizontal something. Like, if there was a way to get... Yeah, I'm starting to have some semblance of an idea. Like, the fact that red could sit on top of the thing here. Could I have gotten the blues? Like, suppose I had the other blue. If I do that, he just falls down. If I'd gotten the other blue on top of this one, then the red could, like, walk across it because he's still at a higher position. It doesn't help me solve the problem of getting the yellows together, though. And there are hints available, I think. There's hint number 1 and hint number 2, which I may utilize, considering I can't even figure out how to solve the first puzzle. But let me take a look at this on my own for a minute. Okay, here's something I haven't tried. If I go like this, it is not the case that while he was jumping from here to here, all of a sudden got glued together with this one, so it could be a, like, too wide horizontal one. Is there a way that I can make that happen? Just from the beginning? I want to see if I can get the two blues horizontally together and have them jump over one wide gap. That's what I would like to investigate. And so if I wanted to investigate that, I think I could do it by moving you over here, you over here. This can come down together over here. Oh, now there's not a gap, though. Oh, but I solved the problem. I solved the puzzle. I did not anticipate this solution. Look at this. I did it on my own by accident while trying out something else. Level cleared! Text I have never seen before. I'm excited. Okay, this time there's only 2 colors. Oh, wow, but there's... I mean, this is just clearly impossible, right? What can I even do? I mean, I guess let's start trying some things out. I guess yellow could go here, and red could go here. And then... anything I do loses, right? Because the reds then prevent the yellows from getting together. If 2 different yellows fall in 2 different pits, I think they could never get back together again. What happens if I do this? This is what I was trying to test in the previous level. Okay, this does work. Okay, so this is the solution here. And I can do this. Hey, that's pretty neat, actually. Okay. So definitely creating long ways horizontally jellies so that you're capable of jumping over holes is definitely going to be a strategy. Blue, I guess, is already solved, so he's only going to be used as kind of like a stepping stone or pit filling thing for somebody else. Yellow is way over here, which means he's going to have to ride red, I think. So I think red has to go here. And then red is going to need to... ooh. I need, like, blue here. Is that possible? I think yes. I think if these were stacked like this, red could move underneath them. Oops. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Alright, well, let's forget about the fact that blue got left behind. I was hoping that blue would be able to jump down right here where yellow is jumping down, and then red could go across, and then yellow could still be riding him. So is there a way to do that? Suppose blue moves across right now, but yellow still needs to ride him as well. Like, they need to continue being stacked too high, it feels like. So the idea is blue goes here, and that allows red to go here, but yellow is not still on top. And so how do I keep both yellow and blue still on top? Or do I do them separately individually? Remind me what the starting position was. Yellow's already on top at the beginning, though. Yellow could ride on top of blue instead, temporarily. Or something? Or actually, yeah, look at this. Yellow can temporarily move over here to this ledge. Then red can be used to ferry blue to where blue needs to go, namely here. Then red can still be used as a ferry for yellow. And I wouldn't mind if there were a different control screen. This game just uses the mouse and dragging. I think possibly there is one other control screen, but I think it also uses the mouse. It's a little bit awkward for this particular movement, but I'll live with it. Alright, cleared another level. In the beginning, I think I had like 5 levels to select from, and so I wonder if then we move on to like learning a new mechanic or something. Some blues need to get together, yellow and red. This hole would be devastating for yellow or red. And so I think what I need to do is I need to fill that hole temporarily with blue. And I think I can do that like this. If I get these yellows together, then this blue can back up. This blue can fill the hole. But red can't get past right now. Maybe before I did that, this blue needs to move way out of the way. But then he ends up covering up a red. Let's ignore the fact that he's covering up red for just a moment. And suppose I moved him down there. Like, the idea was this one could move here, and that's the way that red would get over here. But obviously that doesn't quite work. And so, in order to get red, this red can't ascend, so this red needs to move to the left. In order for this red to move to the left, something must be in this hole. It can't be yellow in this hole, because if yellow's in this hole, the puzzle can't be solved. Therefore, it must be this blue block that's in this hole that enables red to cross over to here. In order to get this blue block in this hole, he has to be standing on something when he falls down. That's why I moved yellow across at the beginning, so that still feels like a good first move. This at least makes it possible to get the blue cube down here. But this blue needs to be like farther to the left, which you can't do. So, is there a way... I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to do here, but let's imagine that there's something. Suppose yellow sits here. Yes, this is interesting, because that enables blue to hop across here. And I think that's probably as far as he needs to go. Then other blue can go over here into this hole. There we go. Red can hop across here. Okay. The very first puzzle was very difficult, and now my brain seems to have started to attune to some of these puzzles. Oh my goodness. Here's a summary of the rules so far. Once jellies are combined, they cannot be separated. Once a jelly has fallen, it cannot be brought up again. You can push jellies by moving an adjacent jelly. Right, I've hardly used that. You can move a jelly multiple times by holding the mouse button down. Oh, that's nice. That allows you to undo. Yeah, okay. Let's try the holding the mouse button down. Yep, okay, great. Green needs to get here. That seems to imply him standing on a 3 tall something here. Which is clearly impossible, and therefore the game is over. What? Let's see. What am I missing here now? It's also... I guess if like somehow there could be something else on this ledge, he could fall into that. Ah, it doesn't have to be 3 tall. If there's somehow could get it there, there's no way I could get like a 2 across here though, and then something else sitting on top of it, I don't think. What can I even do at the start? A few things, but not that many things. Okay, let's look at this yellow. If he falls down here. And that would be acceptable if the other yellow came over to him, which could be done by having this yellow go this way. So the yellows are not a problem. Green is the problem. And it seems like I probably need to use possibly both of these colors to help get green across there, because this guy just can't go anywhere. So how could I use both colors to do that? So if I could have 2 across here and 1 up here, that would work. Or if I could have 3 tall here, that would work. However, I don't know how I could ever get this yellow not to be stuck down here. So let's imagine this yellow is stuck down here. These 2 reds and this yellow come help this guy. Suppose that's my goal. Can I make that goal happen? I think no, because I don't see a way to get the reds here. Because they're just going to fall into this pit. If I assembled the reds vertically, does that help anything? I don't think so. This guy can temporarily be a little bit higher, but it's not going to help him jump across anywhere. And suppose I did something along these lines. This is at least a little bit interesting, because this enables me to get one of the things where I wanted it. Namely, this guy is here now. I don't have another yellow to stack on top of him, but if I did, then that would allow me to get the greens over. Oh, and back when I was here, this is what enables me to get a yellow on top. Okay, I think we just solved it. What a crazy game. And yeah, a very simple set of elements. So far, there have been very few mechanics, but it's already been enough that things get pretty interesting. All right, there's another puzzle down. Level cleared. I have no idea how long this game is, like how many puzzles there are. Okay, reds and greens. It looks kind of obvious to me what I want to do, so I'm probably missing some. Oh! This guy's incapable of jumping to the left. What if he was already merged? This guy's incapable of going to the right. Okay, so the fact that they try to hop when they jump means that these little ceiling blocks prevent them from doing so. Okay. But we have learned that blocks can be pushed by other blocks, and that's how you get one under. Okay, great. In that case, I think I see the solution again. Maybe. Do these blocks also hop? They also try to hop. However, once again, he could just be pushed. And once he's pushed underneath, then everybody can get together. Okay, so this is showing... Oh, I still haven't solved it. Darn it. So in that case, I need to do... Bring this guy here. Bring this guy here. Then, since he's already got a ceiling above him, he can still slide to the side. Okay, so this is teaching me the value of the pushing mechanic, and why it is in fact a separate mechanic and just not moving 2 blocks separately. When a block, such as the yellow block, pushes the green block to the right, the yellow block hops, but the green block who's being pushed does not hop. Okay, so that's the importance of the pushing mechanic. Do I have any intuition of what's going on here? I do not. Seems like if I can keep red red has to go underneath here, so it has to get pushed at least once. And then needs to not have any blocks in the way, so like all the red, yellow and green already have to be over here at the beginning, it seems like. So suppose we do that. I think I did something wrong. I think green needs to stay on this lit. No, because green needs to push, right? I guess this green could push. So this yellow could just be waiting over here. This green could push this yellow here so that they're capable of merging together. Then, yeah, then we could push green together. Like so. And then can red get past both these guys? That I don't think is possible. Yeah, because we're stuck. So red could go over here and get pushed under here and come this way. But now we're stuck because there's no way to get past the other red. And I'm unclear at what point this became unsolvable. I'm still unclear at what point this became unsolvable. The greens have to get together. But I guess if this green stays on the ledge, it could get together later, in theory? Yeah, I think it could get together later in theory, so let's work with that for just a moment. Suppose this red, well... I mean, here's greens getting together later, in theory or in practice, but the red is still on the wrong side of the yellow. So is there a way for the yellow to already be on the right-hand side? I suppose so. Why could I not... Yeah, why could I not do... Oh. Could the yellow have ever been... Yeah, back when the yellow was here. Suppose yellow immediately makes a right turn so that it still has a ceiling, so that it doesn't hop and it's able to come over to this side. Then... I think we maybe have it. So you can push the red through. Yeah, I think this works. And you can push the yellow through. And then yellow can push the green through on the other side. Yeah. Okay, neat. All right, I'll try one more level. But I could easily imagine a puzzle taking many minutes. Oh, and the music just changed. Also slightly worrisome. There must be a new mechanic at play here because... Oh, I can't move this to the left. And I can't move that to the right. I was like, I could just push all these together and it's super easy. Nope. So. How do I video game? In order to push this yellow to the right, someone would need to be on top of it, pushing to the right. Which could be who? Could it be a blue? No, because then the blue would be down at this level, which means he could never climb back up to this level, which he needs to join. Could it be red? No, because red's already down here. And therefore, the puzzle's impossible. So given that the puzzle's impossible, let's... Oh no, I have a false assumption. One thing that didn't occur to me, it still doesn't work right now, is that I can use, rather than a thing pushing from here, I could use a thing pushing, a vertical thing pushing like this. That still doesn't help anything. Yeah, it doesn't help anything. It actually kind of makes things worse, because I still had a blue at this level pushing, but he was also stuck to a blue down at this level. And both of those are too low to meet up with this guy that has to be at least this level. So yeah, if I call where red is height 1, the next one is height 2, and this one's height 3, it seems like if a blue block ever goes below height 3, the puzzle becomes unsolvable. Is that true? Like, there's other shapes that blue might take, I suppose. But once blue is down here, Yeah, I don't think it could ever connect. So that implies blue can't push yellow to the right. Red also can't push yellow to the right because red is too low to do that. Therefore, yellow can never be pushed to the right and the puzzle's impossible. So I'm missing something. I don't know what I'm missing, so let's instead just play around with what can be done rather than having intentions about what I'm trying to get to. So one thing I noticed that can be done is I can make a little platform like this. Oh, this actually does have some non-obvious value, which is I'm now capable of moving this blue down without kind of like ending the puzzle right there. How does this help me? I'm unclear. It allows me to move blue over here-ish. Was there ever a way... Could I have gotten this blue sitting on top of here? And does that have any value? I don't know that it does. If this one is here, if I try to move yellow to the left, this guy jumps up, but he doesn't have any like left pushing force to push this here, so it's not like I'm missing some mechanic. That would enable me to do that. And if I do this, this guy still can't jump to the left. And this guy still can't press him to the right. Does this do anything interesting when it's over here? I don't think it does. I'm just going to walk through the steps just to make sure there's nothing that I'm failing to see. Oh, it provides a ceiling for yellow? Okay, this is interesting. We're learning something. If there's a jelly on top of another jelly, that's not the same as a gray fixed ceiling on top of the jelly, because he still gets his hoppy bits. Yeah, they can all jump up together, which means he can't slide underneath the narrow ceiling. All right. So yeah, I think the question for me at this point is, will I be able to solve this puzzle before the end of the episode? This definitely feels like the most interesting set of starting moves. But then what? I don't see a way to use yellow or anybody in order to get a pushing move that's going to slide blue to the left from this position. And just to verify, when I do this, yeah, it's not the case that merging him, like this blue gets a chance to have any pushing force on this one to the left. Once they're joined, there's no longer a pushing force. So in order for block A to the right of block B to push block B to the left, they have to be different colors. So I think I need to stare at this for a moment because I'm out of ideas. Oh! Okay, I learned a new mechanic. I've just been fooling around with different things. And so, by virtue of the fact that yellow hops up a bit when he's moving to the left, he's able to execute a push doing that. And so basically, it's possible to make a push kind of like diagonally up to the left or to the right when you have space above you to hop. And so that was the key move. Yeah, so basically I just got these things. I guess that's any way that they could combine horizontally like that would work. And then I do this. Okay. Okay. I experimented for about 5 minutes off camera to discover that. But that allows me to end, I was about to say end things on a satisfying note. No, I still can end things on a satisfying note because you can push diagonally. So red can do the same thing. Great. Level cleared. All right. And I guess just my progress is just like automatically saved. Let's actually check this out together. So if I go to level selection, I see. I cleared 8 levels and now we're in level 9. Great. Okay. That seems like a good start for today. I'm going to say I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Yugo Puzzle. For now, bye-bye.